Good morning, friends, and we are back with another Coffees and Consoles. Today, we have some special unboxings to do. One of them, which is a care package from my dear friend Miss Mandia. And then, we're going to go over, I think I have 11 or 12 picked out, incredible compilations for the PlayStation 3, where you can really get your bang for your buck with classic games from that generation in one neat package. But before we get to any of that, let's see what we're drinking today. So, we have our TARDIS mug. Love it. And today, we are trying the Costa Rican blend from Cumberland Farms once again, but without the funny flavors. Just a little bit of milk and some sugar. Let's check it out. It has a really delicious smell to it. I really, really like this Costa Rican blend. Unfortunately, it's a limited time, but we're going to take advantage while we can. Such a good taste. Really good stuff. So if you have a Cumberland Farms near you, I would highly suggest the Cumberland Farms Costa Rican blend. Flavor it how you want, the base coffee is absolutely delicious. So, we have our trusty box cutter, and the first one we have is a pickup I made off eBay. And I'm pretty excited about this one. I'm trying not to slice up any of the goods inside of it. Okay. And you all know I love Fire Emblem Engage. And I'm always down to stump for it, to fight for it. Well packed. So good on the seller here. But I am super excited to see some of this stuff. Alright, so we got the box put aside. And that's cool. So, from Nanoya Books, thank you for your purchase. Nice little sticker on the outer wrap. This is very well packaged, so big props to the Nanoya Books. But these look lovely, and I'm super excited to show off the things I picked up. So there's not a ton of merch for Fire Emblem, unless you kind of look for Fire Emblem Engage, that is. They did make a beautiful statue of female Alear, but as you all know, male Alear is my favorite, so that gets me a little down, but these look beautiful. So I love how they package their mangas. Alright, so we ordered 2. Okay, these are nicely packaged in a nice outer secured sleeve. It's very well done. So if you're a real condition stickler, you're gonna get your stuff from Nanoya Books in great condition. So I'm super excited to get this out of here. See, the only problem is sometimes with this packaging, it can be tough to get them open. So, okay, here we go. Now we're getting to it. Now's the beauty. Ooh, these look so smooth. Look at the beautiful art. So this is book 1. Look at both. Oh, Alear looks so cool. And over here, one of my favorite characters ever from Fire Emblem, Alfred. He looks so beautiful. I'm so happy to have these. The art is just incredible in these books. So happy to thumb through these. I definitely can't read Japanese, but these are beautiful additions. Wow. So cool. So I'm super excited to add these to the collection. And then I also picked up a nice little bonus. Get rid of some of this tape here. I don't want to squish it or ruin it. And this is, I believe, a really cool pin. Heck yeah. My boy Alear. It is a metal pin. And this looks so good. So good. And again, trying to get this. There we go. There we go. In all of his Colgate beauty. I know people like to tease about the red and blue, but I think that the design for both male and female Alear is brilliant. And they're 2 of my favorite characters ever. So, some cool pickups for Fire Emblem. Definitely enjoy those. So we're going to take another sip of coffee, and such a good taste, man. I'm super excited for this because Miss Mandia is one of my closest friends. She's really the only reason I'm still doing this. Some of you may know, if you know me in private, I get frustrated very easily. So if I make a video and it doesn't do like insane numbers, I get very upset, and she's always been there to support me. You know, she's always been there for everything I've done, and in return, I would do anything for her. You know, she's been going through a tough time, and I'm trying to be as supportive as I can and always be there for her. And one of our cool traditions is we send each other care packages, which are gifts that we've picked out for each other. And a lot of times in the care packages I send her, you know, I'll have cards or games or whatever, but I love buying presents for her dogs. They're such beautiful creatures. I call them the boys, and it's Adam and Churro, and they're two of my favorite dogs in the whole world. We don't have dogs, we really can't. So we have our baby Stormy. She's the coolest kitty in the realm, but I do love Adam and Churro, and I love to send them stuff, and I actually might have got them something to send pretty soon. So in my next care package going that way, the boys will get some surprises. And it's funny because they fight over the toys, I'm told, that they'll pick their favorites, and one of the Halloween toys I sent was a pumpkin with a ghost coming out of it, and Adam really loves it, and he like hides it. So the dogs that Mandy has are so beautiful and so amazing, and I love sending them presents as well as her. So I'm trying not to cut this too crazy because I don't want to cut something in it. That would suck if there was something really cool in here and I gave it a good old slice of Rooney. But sometimes opening stuff is not the easiest thing to do. We get this partially open. See, we're trying. Okay, we're making some headway here. And I'm also trying not to dox myself, so I'm not too worried, but it's best not to hold my address up in front of everybody. So, oh my god, we almost have it open, I promise. Ah! There we go. Alright, so let's see what beauty awaits. Oh my god, I see so many cool things. So, first thing, we have some cards. So, cards! We always love to have cards. Oh, look at these awesome Final Fantasy cards. We've both been buying so many. And we have Renoa and Squall full art. Love it. She knows I love Renoa. Oh my god, and here is the beautiful Renoa. And one for my wife, who's been looking for these. Emmett Selch, one of her favorites. So that is such a cool thing to receive. Thank you so much, Mandy, for those cards. Always awesome. I'm really enjoying that set. And let's see what kind of cool stuff we have in here. Oh my gosh, I see some games. So right off, whoa, Phantasy Star Universe. This is, whoa. I've never played this. Interplanetary single-player adventure across 12 chapters. Of course, the online stuff would be done, but this is beautiful. Wow. Nice and complete. What an awesome addition to the collection. That's awesome. What else do we have here? Huh? Nice. Warriors of Might and Magic. Nice. I do not have this one. Massive 3D worlds packed full of adventure powered by an all-new PlayStation 2 engine. Wow. That looks really cool, man. I'm super excited to check that one out. And again, beautifully complete. Definitely love it. That's so cool. Oh my god, what's next? Oh! The Nightmare of Druaga. Fushigino Dungeon. Oh man. Wow. I had wanted to check this one out. A dream collaboration between the popular Mysterious Dungeon series and the arcade classics, The Tower of Druaga. Look at the beautiful art. Wow. I am super excited to check this out. Ooh, this book is looking crisp. Wow, dude. That is so cool. And then what do we got? Up. We have a beautiful edition of Dark Cloud. You know, the funny thing is, I'm pretty sure mine was incomplete. So now I have it beautifully complete, and I love to see it. Such a fun game. I'm pretty sure mine was missing the manual, and this thing is looking super crisp. Wow. That was such a beautiful thing. Oh, there's more awesome stuff here. Oh, look at this. Oh, this is Australian coffees. So, Moccona Caramel Latte. And then we have some more caramel latte, a moment to recharge. And this one is to indulge. I think they're different flavors. Indulge and indulge. So I think the recharge one might be like extra caffeine. And she included an awesome little card. For the right amount of creaminess, I recommend 2 sachets for a normal cup. The box says to use 150 milliliters of water per packet, which is nothing. Mugs up. Incredible. Mandy, thank you so much. Those are beautiful games, and I cannot wait to check those out. And I'm super excited. In the next episode, we're definitely going to be checking out those coffees. That is so cool. Thank you so much. You're a great treasured friend, and I'm happy to have you on my side. So guys, that was some really cool pickups, and I want to get now to the original point of the video, and I want to go over, especially because games are getting so out of control expensive on modern consoles, especially with the Switch 2 and stuff. There are so many incredible collections on the PS3 that I want to show you guys that you can get for literal chump change and have a library of incredible games. A few of them are up there, but most of them are very, very affordable. So we'll be right back with that list. Alright, so we are ready to take a look at this list. So we're going to have one more sip of this delicious Costa Rican before it gets too cold. So good. So rich. Alright, so we're going to go through this list. We're not going to go in order of value, but I promise you, even the most expensive of these are incredible values. So, we have 12 games total, so I'm not going to be putting up gameplay footage because it would basically just be flashing up on the screen. But we are going to go over each one and talk about how much they're worth. So, let's get to it. First one we have is Metal Gear Solid HD Collection. So, for $24.99, that is the average complete in box price. You get Sons of Liberty, Snake Eater, and Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. And see, this is a beautiful, complete edition. And this is much better than the collection that just came out. That is mostly downloads. So, I know this one gets a little bit of flack, but if you want to experience these games and you don't want to pay the crazy prices, yes, they are slightly inferior versions, but I still think at $20 exactly, the Silent Hill HD collection is still a great buy to experience Silent Hill 2 and 3, even though they are not great versions. The story is the source code was lost, and a lot of it was lost in translation. So I think that this is still a great value if you've not experienced those games before, and the cover looks amazing. This is a great piece to the collection. Next, we have, now this one does get docked, so this is the God of War Saga, okay? This one is currently going for $18.47 complete in box, but here's the problem. and I have 2 copies of this. This one does not have the code voucher, even though it's expired in like 2013. So for this game has God of War 2, and God of War 3 on discs, but it has God of War, Chains of Olympus, and Ghosts of Sparta as DLC codes. So it does have the 3, and that's still a great deal, but those other 2 games will not be available to you. Because even if the code is unused, it's definitely expired. This is one, it's brought me so much fun, and it's so affordable, I definitely think anyone should pick this up. And that is Angry Birds Trilogy. I love this thing to death. So this has Angry Birds Seasons, and I think it may have Angry Birds... Star Wars, maybe? But it has 3 games. And Angry Birds, if you know, is a huge fun thing to go through and just waste your time. And I loved these games. A lot of people think they're shovelware. Absolutely not. You can burn some incredible free time with that game, and they get really challenging. So I wouldn't hate on it. And for $903 complete, you really can't beat it. All right, I know a lot of people, especially in like the JRPG community, aren't huge fans of these games. But the Assassin's Creed Americas collection, $10.55. And I will tell you, Assassin's Creed 3 and Assassin's Creed Liberation HD are both incredible. I've never played Black Flag, but I've heard good things. But for $10.55, guys, I think it's definitely worth checking this out. The first 2 were definitely really fun games, and I still have a receipt in this one. But yeah, looking complete. And let's see, my GameStop receipt says I bought this on 1/15/15. So yeah, not too bad. So for $10.55, I think that's a pretty good deal to experience some incredible games. All right, so this one's a great one. We have the Devil May Cry HD collection. So these games with badass Dante are incredible. So it has Devil May Cry 2, and Devil May Cry 3, Dante's Awakening Special Edition. So these ones remastered in high definition with exclusive bonus content. And only $14.75 complete in box. For only $14.75, you can experience the badass trilogy of Punk Dante. Pretty cool. So this one I have sealed, but most of the people watching this are probably not sealed collectors, so I'm going to put the complete in box price up. So this one's going for $35.89 complete in box, and that is the Ratchet and Clank collection. So this is such an incredible collection. You get Ratchet and Clank Going Commando, Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal, and again, vouchers, not helpful. Good for a Ratchet and Clank 10th Anniversary Avatar, and good for access to the Sly Cooper Thieves in Time demo. So those vouchers won't mean anything, but 3 cool games for $35.89, and these are all classics. So I definitely suggest getting it. Sealed, it's like $60. I'm not a sealed collector, I just happen to have bought this. I want to say at like a holiday, like Black Friday time, and I just never opened it. But yeah, definitely pretty cool. So this one, another great compilation of games. So this one is going for $16.51, and that is the Far Cry compilation, which includes Far Cry 2, 3, and Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. So that is pretty neat. These games are so fun. But, ooh, no. Okay, so it has the first 2. So we're going to dock this one. So at $16.51, it looks like we have a code voucher for Blood Dragon. So that is not great. So we're going to dock that one a little bit. That's not all on the disc. So that one gets a little bit off. But these ones, I remember I loved these to death. And I had never experienced them before. And I was immersed into this incredible world. And that is the Sly Collection. So this one is currently going for $39.97 complete in box. And it is lovely. These games are so fun if you just want to pass some time and just enjoy yourself with a nice, fun platformer. Adorable art, cool story, definitely worth picking up. These games are great, and for $39.97, pretty good deal. Okay, so the 10th game on the list is the Mass Effect trilogy. So you can get this beautiful collection, right? And when you, I mean, it is really nice. Like when you take the slipcover off, it's looking really nice. You open this bad boy up. I still got my receipt in there. I love to save all the receipts. There you go. And then look at this, man. This is just real pretty. I love it. So this one is currently going for $18.60 for this nice fold-out edition for complete in box. And these games are great. They're really, really good games. So I definitely suggest picking up Mass Effect Trilogy. I know my friend Zoo was recently playing through a lot of the Mass Effects for the first time, and he was really, really enjoying them. The last two get a little pricey, but they are definitely worth it. If you want some bad-ass shooters, the Resistance Collection. Alright, so this is different than these. This is like your old-fashioned like box set. The Resistance Collection, $50. And you know what? I don't know. You can probably get all these games for like $5 or $6 individually, but I just love having this outer sleeve, and mine's kind of dinged up too. But it's a super awesome collection, and they didn't release a lot of these collection sets, so it is pretty darn cool to have this one. And the Resistance games are fantastic. So definitely something to check out. And my number one favorite, I love all three of these games. It is the Arland Atelier Trilogy. A lot of people don't even know this exists. The 3-game collection with Rorona, Totori, and my all-time favorite, Maruru. You cannot beat this. It's pricey. Complete in box, $75. But such beautiful art. And these are all fantastic games. Each of these games you can easily put 30 to 40 hours into and have a great, wonderful time with them. So guys, looking at that, right? I'm looking at, so I have it up on price charting, and I'm using a lot calculator. So for the first 10, not including the two more expensive ones. So not including Atelier Arland and Resistance, which together are $125. Those are kind of premium collection items. But for the other 10, if you paid the market complete in box price, you could get those games and all of the games they entail in those collections for just over $200. The total was $208.76. And if you wanted to add those two collector's pieces, add another $125, you're looking at $333. So that is pretty impressive for how many games, how many hours of enjoyment you would have, and it doesn't even touch the price of a Switch 2 or just a couple of $80 modern games. So I highly suggest you guys look at collections. Now, they're not only on the PS3, there's a ton on the PS2, there's a ton on the 360, there's a ton on the PS4. There are so many awesome collections that you can get real bang for your buck in maybe some retro stuff, but some earlier modern games that are still really fun and enjoyable for a hell of a good deal, even on the ones that are premium collectors, kind of like items. So I highly suggest buying things like that instead of wasting your money on a Switch 2 or basically anything for modern consoles. But guys, I've enjoyed having you. I enjoyed unboxing stuff and sharing my collections with you. We'll have one more sip of this delicious Costa Rican blend coffee from Cumberland Farms, which is cold as shit now, but we're gonna have some anyways. Bone-chillingly cold, but still pretty good. Thanks for tuning in. As always, stay creepy. Bye, guys.